and welcome to part 3 of makeup hints and tips. Got some more little things to share with you that I have learned, and hopefully there'll be a few that you haven't heard before or come across before and might be useful to you. So the first one is about actually nail polish. Now I don't actually have one with me here because it just popped into my head before I was about to hit record, and it's if you have bottles that have very flat tops for your nail varnish. What I do is I get little white round stickers from WH Smith. I put a little blob of that nail polish colour on there, and then I put it on top of the actual cap, so that when you pull your drawer out or your box or wherever you store them, you can see the colour of what's in that bottle without having to pick everyone out. And that's really useful for me because I have quite a large Model Zone collection now. They're my favourite polish, and these always come in this style bottle, so you can literally put the colour on the lid. Now the new ones that I've got, I won't be putting anything on the lids because the lids are coloured anyway, but most of them come in, well actually all of them come in white other than that. So we'll move on to some of my other tips. The first one I put is storage. Okay, not just storage as in what you can store things in, because you can store things in anything really. I use lids off boxes themselves. I've used jars to put things in before, all sorts of things. Anything that you can put something inside, you can use for storage, obviously. I like to put compartments into my drawers where I keep my makeup, because before when I first started doing it, I just used to put the makeup in, and it's a case of you having to search through things. Sometimes you can't be bothered to search, gets in a bit of a mess, you can't see what you've got. So it's best to really, although it takes up more space, put everything so that you can literally see everything and they're not stacked one thing on top of another. And then that way you know where things are, you get more familiar with it, where things are, and it's a lot easier when you want to put your makeup on and you want to go for a certain colour, because sometimes you might actually just give up on the idea and think, oh, I don't know where that colour is, I can't be bothered to go through that drawer, I'm not going to bother. And sometimes you forget what you've got as well, so you might go out and repurchase something else that's very much the same, and you don't really want to do that. So I think it's a good idea to just be quite organised with your storage. You can check out my recent videos that I did. I'll put the links in the bottom bar for you, which was my makeup collection and storage video, and I've got lots of different storage. It doesn't all have to be the same, it doesn't have to be expensive. Mine varies from around, well, the most expensive thing is £16, and the cheapest thing was I think 50p at a car boot sale or a charity shop. So it depends on what you want. You could go for all the same colour, you could go for matching storage, or you could just go for kind of this and that, which is what my storage is like. It's just bits and pieces I've picked up. You can get some really good things at IKEA which are very good, like their metal shelves. You'll see those in my video. They're fabulous as space saving on your desk, because it gives you that dual layer, because it's obviously it's a shelf, but it gives you that dual layer on the desk, but it still looks really good. So that's what I would say about storage. Try to have some kind of organisation, and that way as well you know what you've got, but also things don't like get out of date and go funny, because you know, or get damaged, as they can do if it's all kind of shoved together, because that's what happened to me with some of my eyeshadows. I was like, wow, I haven't seen that forever. It was right at the bottom. So yeah, organisation. I'm waffling. The next thing is eyeliner. Right, okay, so when you're going to buy an eyeliner, I think it's very important that you always find a tester and test it on the back of your hand. If you can't see a tester, I wouldn't recommend purchasing it. I would recommend finding another shop that has a tester of that item, unless you buy eyeliners from that range or have bought from that range and you trust that they're going to be okay for you. Because some eyeliners are very hard pencils and they feel like they drag the skin. They pull the skin when you put them on because they're not soft enough to just glide onto the skin as you go. And it's uncomfortable, and you really don't want that on the eye area. It's quite delicate, so you don't want to get a hard pencil. I have in the past, and this is the reason this is in here, I have bought a pencil that I thought, wow, that's an amazing colour, there's not a tester, but I'm just going to get it. And when I got it, it was just impossible to work with because it was so hard. And I know that you can use lighters and you can heat them up and things like that, but I don't have a lighter, and I really don't want to have to do all those extra things to have to make my product work for me. I just want it to work the way I buy it. I want to buy it, take the lid off it and use it. I don't really want all that extra faff, which is why I love my Urban Decay pencils. I love that they have a huge variety of colours that you can do anything with really, you can work really well with them. And they're extra soft, really, really soft. So they just glide beautifully on the skin. You can blend them out a little bit if you want to. They set really nice. That's why they're my eyeliner of choice. A very good dupe that's out there at the moment is Gosh, which is a Superdrug brand, and their eyeliners are very soft and very creamy, and they do have some pretty inventive colours too. So if you want to play around with colour with eyeliner, then Gosh and Urban Decay are probably the best ones that I've come across. Other than that, yeah, it's up to you kind of where you want to get your eyeliners from. Some of the best ones that I've found for wider sort of lines are Barry M, because they do like an eye crayon. It's like a pencil, but it's thicker than a standard eyeliner. So if you go for something that it's a bit more dramatic, that actually cuts out some of the work for you because it's a thicker line. But yes, so you definitely want to check on your skin when you swatch it. Does it pull? Does it hurt? Is it too hard? Just to make sure that it's going to work really well, because your eye area is not as hard as the skin on the back of your hand, and it's going to really hurt if it feels like it's going to be too hard. The next one is test foundation on your jawline. This is something I really never did until recently, and that is, it's very important, because if you test it on the back of your hand, the back of your hand is a different colour to the skin, because this is more open to the elements, to the environment. It comes into contact with things. It's harder skin. It doesn't feel harder, but it is, because it has to be more hardy, because you use your hands to do things. So it is more in contact with things. It also is in contact with the cold, with different elements such as water, when you're putting your hands into water. Just things that your face don't put up with as much as your hands do. Plus, we don't put SPF on our hands as a rule, so there is a little bit more of sun sort of damage to the back of your hands, because you know, I don't put SPF there, so it's just because your hands are more likely to catch the rays of the sun. So even if it's not extra sunny outside, those rays are still there, and they're still affecting that skin. So skin here is different to the skin on your face, and it's a different colour too. So what you want to try to do is test it on your jawline. So if you are in the market for a new foundation, or you're going out and you're thinking, okay, so this is my foundation, I've run out, I might try something new. Take a compact with you, take a mirror, take something so that you can go get a little bit on the back of your hand, and then just get a little bit on your finger and just put a little on your jawline. See how well that looks. Now, even if it's on top of foundation, you can do that, because you want to see that, well, for me, that's what I did last time. I wanted to see if the swatch was a very close to match to my foundation on my face, because I love the foundation on my face and I love the colour. So if the swatch was very close, then I knew it was going to be okay. I do swatch on the back of my hand. The reason I do swatch on the back of my hand is not for colour, it's actually consistency. So that's a good place to check for consistency. You can put a bit on and you can see how far it blends out. Is it going to give you a good coverage? How does it blend? Does it look blotchy? So it's very good to actually still use your hand as a good palette, but if you want a good colour match, then I would recommend using your jawline. And I think that's what Number 7 are doing at the moment. They've got a new technology. It's a little machine, and they actually put it on your skin, on bare skin, and then they test what colour you should be. So I haven't tried that yet, but I probably will in the future. Another thing you can do is carry a wipe with you. Make sure you've got some powder or foundation still with you in your bag. Wipe a little bit off on your jawline and just apply a little bit just to see how it looks. And then you can always just touch that up, you know, after you've had a bit of a test. Right. Vaseline is great, is my next tip. Now, Vaseline is not just great because it's a lovely lip conditioner. It's also quite nice to get rid of stubborn eye makeup, because it's nice and, I want to say thick, but it's not. It's a lovely consistency, Vaseline. It's just very slippy, but you can definitely feel it. It like puts a layer over your skin. So what you can do is you can actually just put that on the eye area, then get a cotton pad and like wipe it, and it will actually take some makeup off if it's a little bit of stubborn makeup, so that's very good. And the other thing that I find it very useful for, you can use it as a little bit of a glow on your cheeks. So if you just get a tiny bit on your finger and then just pat it on, gives you a nice glow. And the most important thing that I use it for is for glitter makeup. So when I'm going to I have loose glitter eyeshadows, and if I'm going to put some of them on, then I actually press the Vaseline on, and I just do a thin line of it, and then I put the glitter on top and press it into the Vaseline, and then I set it, and it stays on. It's really, really good. It stays on a long time. So I'd highly recommend getting some Vaseline just for different purposes, really. The next one is stock up on what is on offer. I don't know what is going on with this. Sorry, guys. Okay, sorry, stock up. So if there's a 3 for 2 on, or something that you like has a good discount on it, then it's a good idea to stock up. I have stock drawers upstairs. I might do a video on them at some point if you really want to see what's in them in like full detail, because I have quite a bit in them now. But if something's on a 3 for 2 and I'm actually going to pick up an item and look at something else, then I'll think, well, I'll pick up a third item, and I'll pick up something I already own that I use a lot because I know that I'm going to continue using it. Now, I don't do it for something where, say I bought, say I got this nail varnish and I really liked it. I probably wouldn't stock up quite so readily on that because it's going to be available and it's unlikely to be on offer anyway. But because it's nail varnish and I'm going to get a lot of use out of that for a long time, I might actually not want to wear it anymore once I'm finished with it. But foundation, like I am in love with my L'Oreal True Match. I got a 3 for 2 at Superdrug, and I actually got 2 foundations in that because I love it and I wear it all the time, and this is my second bottle I'm on now, so I know I'm going to continue wearing it. So I did pick up another bottle of that is in the drawer. So if you know you really like things, when I did swaps recently, I picked up a lot of Urban Decay eyeliner pencils. Colours I've already got, but I swapped things that I didn't want for the eyeliner pencils because I know I'm always going to use those. So that's what I would kind of say, stock up on things if you see them on offer, or if you're doing a swap and somebody sends you a list and there's things on there and you think, well, I've got those, or I don't want that. You can always swap out something you don't want for something that you do continue to wear, because it's good to have a little bit of a stock drawer. I think it's useful for me because sometimes you don't have a lot of money to, you know, you have things happen and you don't have the funds to go out and repurchase something you like. But if you can get it on offer, or you can get it as a swap or anything like that, then and you have it in the drawer, when you do run out of it, you don't have to worry about running out to the shop to get it. It's in the drawer and you're ready to use it. So that's what I would say. I like stocking up. I love looking for offers and things and getting things at really good prices. The next tip is keep an eye diary. Right, so this is related to something that I am doing at the moment, and that is, okay, sorry about that everybody, just having a few problems, but it's finally uploaded. Today's Sizzling September, and I just wanted to make sure I could get my thumbnail on. So, yes, keep an eye diary. Now, I think this has been very useful for me, particularly because I have quite a large collection of eyeshadows, because I love Urban Decay, so I don't buy the individual ones. I think they're quite expensive. I prefer to buy the palettes. So I have quite a lot of the Urban Decay palettes, and I like to change up colours and things. Now, I found that I could keep quite safe sometimes, and I would wear the same colours a lot and just stick to using the same things. But because I'm doing an eye diary, and I'll link the last one I've done. I actually do a series of videos. I do them every week, and they're called 5 Days in Makeup, and I actually put on my eye look from Monday to Friday every week. I take pictures of it, pictures mainly of my eyes, but also of the rest of my makeup, and I list what I use every day. And I did one, and I did where I kind of did it inspired by people I watch on YouTube, so like Sarah from Found on Film, Elaine 12 Jones, and Caspian Summer. I just did some looks inspired by their names or something they'd worn, or just them in, you know, themselves. And so I do this every week, and I do take these pictures. Now, the first week it was fun, I really enjoyed it, but by the second week I was realising, well, not realising, it just made me want to try something new every day. I didn't want to have the same look and have a video where it was like, oh, 5 days of makeup, but you wore the same sort of thing every day. So it's making me use my collection a lot more and branch out with colour, and I'm really enjoying it actually. I'm enjoying trying new things. It's like, I noticed last week, the one that I've just uploaded today, I've been wearing blue and plum and purple and things like that quite a lot. So next week I'm going to try things completely differently, and today I put on green. So it's just making me use my collection more, look at how I do my eyes, and just try things. Be a bit more adventurous. You don't have to go for the same look, the same neutral eye, the same always going for brown on your eyes, because I did go through a phase of that when I got the Naked palette. You can be a bit more adventurous with the colour. Why not? So yeah, an eye diary is a fantastic thing. I also write down the products. I don't have that book here because it's my other YouTube book, but I write down every day the makeup that I use, and I just feel I can get more use out of my collection that way. So I would recommend that. The last tip that I've got for today's video is use colour inspiration. So what I mean by that is, I don't know, I think it's a lot to do with the fact that I love to write. That is part of me and who I am, and I think that does inspire me sometimes. But So I look at things like, if you go to the beach, you can see the golden yellowy sand and then the dark blue sea and then the blue sky, it's slightly lighter. That's a lovely colour palette to put on your eyes. Just look at around you. Have you seen, like when I did the video that I did 5 days of makeup when I did Elaine 12 Jones, I took my inspiration from that beautiful aqua jumper that she's got and the pink lips she had on that day. Just take inspiration from colours around you. Look at things and think, wow, those two colours work together really nice. I think I'll wear them on my eyes. And that's what I think it's just taking inspiration from things and just nature and things around you, and just, if you see something and you think, wow, that looks really nice together, why not try it? It's just think outside the box, I think. Don't just always think, yeah, these are my shadows and I love them and I'm just going to put this brown on and then I'm going to put a bit of cream here and then I'm going to do that, and always have the same. Just start small and just try to do little changes to your makeup, because then you will gain more makeup confidence. Because I didn't used to wear a lot of colour. I feel like after I coloured my hair, I definitely started to wear more colour on my lips, on my eyes, just got more confident with colour. But I am really pleased that I have, and even if I did go back to being a brunette, which I seriously doubt I would, it's just nice. It's nice to be able to have different colours on your eyes, and it just makes your eyes look so different. So you can always just have a little bit of a play around with that. But I do feel sometimes that I am very inspired. Like I wore blues the other day. You would have seen that was Thursday last week, and I wore that because Alex said to me, you look really good with blue around your eyes, and that inspired me. So yeah, I just think use colour, use the world around you, use things that you love, things that you like to wear as inspiration for what you do with your makeup and your eyes. So that's it for today. That's my part 3 of makeup hints and tips. There'll definitely be more of these in the future, so keep an eye out for them. Tomorrow I'll be uploading an eye tutorial, because I usually do one on a Saturday but didn't today. So I'll do that, and also there'll be a haul, and obviously my sizzling September video, which I haven't decided what that's going to be yet. So stay tuned. Keep watching. Keep checking out tomorrow for my videos. Leave comments, please leave comments. It really means a lot to me when people comment. I answer to all comments, and it's just lovely to get some feedback. Thank you very much for watching and supporting me. It really means a lot, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.